What up? I'm Shep Papelka. This is the Braves TomaBlog. I'm back with another weekly Braves rant. Hashtag weekly Braves rant. You know, it's been 2 weeks because it's been finals and it's been terrible, but I'm back. I've got an episode for you. I keep having to rewrite it because the Braves keep making new transactions. So since the Braves have done just as much in the second 2 weeks of the offseason as they did in the first 2 weeks of the offseason, this video is going to be structured exactly the same as the last one. We've made 3 transactions since I made my last video. For one, the Braves front office avoided talking to their families by signing Sean Rodriguez on Thanksgiving. Shrewd. Next, they traded some guys that we talk about a good bit on this channel for a guy that we have not discussed on this channel, but we will. Max Povse and Whalen to the Mariners for Alex Jackson. And then the Braves traded Lucas Dystra, John Gant, and Chris Ellis to the Cardinals for Jaime Garcia. There's also a report that came out about a week ago that the Braves tried to sign Edinson Volquez before he signed with the Marlins for 2 years and $22 million. I'm going to touch on all the moves individually. First, Sean Rodriguez. The Braves got outstanding value by signing Sean Rodriguez. They got 2 years, $11.5 million. He had a 1.9 WAR last year according to Fangraphs. That's a great value that deserves more money, and he didn't get it. He's a super utility man. I expect to see us use him a lot like we used Martin Prado back in the day. The thing is, he doesn't have a clear path to regular playing time. That being said, I can almost guarantee you that you will see him in the lineup almost every day. I think he's a little bit better of an option than Adonis Garcia. He's definitely a better option than Jace Peterson. Jace Peterson is a lefty, which helps our lineup a little bit more. But either way, you know, he adds a lot of depth, and it keeps us from having to rush Ozzie Albies to the major leagues. I talked about in the offseason video about adding an extra infielder, the role that Gordon Beckham played last year. Well, Sean Rodriguez is a lot better than Gordon Beckham. He hit 18 home runs last year without regular playing time. He adds a lot of power to the team. I read some articles about the leg kick that he added to his swing. A lot of people compared it to Jose Bautista's leg kick. I don't know if you guys know about Jose Bautista's leg kick. He added it later in his career, and that's what made him the power hitter that he is now. Sean Rodriguez is a great addition because it's not a long-term commitment. It's not a huge gamble. It's not like you're signing Justin Turner or something huge like that, but he raises the bar immensely on this team. If Adonis Garcia wants to keep his third base job, if Jace Peterson wants to stay at second base, if Ozzie Albies wants to break into the major leagues, they're not just going to be handed the position like they were in 2015 and 2016. They're going to have to play better than Sean Rodriguez, who's a guy who slugged .510 last year. Look at Adonis Garcia and Sean Rodriguez. They're both 31 years old. They both hit .270 last year. They're very similar players statistically. The only difference is that Sean Rodriguez hit 4 more home runs than Adonis Garcia did with way fewer at-bats. I don't really see how anyone could see this signing as a negative. I certainly don't. I'm really excited about it. That being said, I still want to know what you guys think. Let me know how you feel about signing Sean Rodriguez, what you see coming of him next year, where you see him playing. They made another big trade last Monday night when they traded Max Povse and Whalen for Alex Jackson. I got this update in my car and I was irate because I thought it said Austin Jackson. It said Alex Jackson. I found that out when I got home. I felt a lot better. Some people were skeptical of it, particularly of Alex Jackson. I loved it. I think this is a great trade. We traded excess pitching and it's good pitching. I'm not denying that. It's solid pitching. But it was excess. There was no clear path for it to our team, and we got a extremely high upside power bat in Alex Jackson. I'm really excited to have him in the farm system. I've had my eye on Alex Jackson since he got drafted. Many of you may remember him because, you know, he was notable because in the 2014 draft, everyone said that he was the most reputable bat in the draft. It was a very pitcher-heavy class. And the Mariners took him number 6 overall, saying that he's the best bat available. Obviously, he's been a little disappointing since then. Now, he wasn't the best bat available. Kai Schwarber got drafted after him, and then Michael Conforto as well. It wasn't a good pick by the Mariners. The Braves made a brilliant move here, and it goes in line with their plans both, you know, on the small scale, on the grander scale. On the smaller scale, you know, think back to like the Ask Hoppy session on Twitter about mid-season. When Coppollella said, we're going to trade pitchers, we're going to trade prospects for bats. When that happened, we thought Will Myers, we thought Brian McCann, we thought Andrew McCutchen. That's not what they were doing. They did it for Travis Demeritte and for Alex Jackson. High school power bats with high upside that are slow to develop. I love the idea of having lots of these. They're undervalued because no one likes the risk on them. Well, with the team, you know, as massive of a farm system as the Braves had, they can afford that risk to have lots of high upside power bats. Think about how talented both Travis Demeritte and Alex Jackson are, and then think about the talent that we gave up to get them. I'm talking about Max Povse, Whalen, Lucas Harrell, and Dario Alvarez. That is next to nothing. No, that is nothing. That's nothing that we gave up to get these guys that could turn into great players. Will they? I have no idea. And the truth is, I'm a little skeptical of it, but I don't even think that matters, because I think when you weigh the moves that we made, even if both Alex Jackson and Travis Demeritte bust, we'll probably get more wins above replacement out of them than what we gave up. And Jaime Garcia. I do not like this trade. I don't love the value of it. I've been making videos about the Braves for about 9 months now. They've made 1 million transactions, and I haven't not liked one of them, so this is going to be interesting. The first reason is because I don't think it's an economical trade. I think that we got robbed. I would have said before the trade that Chris Ellis alone might be worth 1 year of Jaime Garcia. And I don't love Jaime Garcia. Now, he is a lefty, and that's great, and we're paying $12 million to him. That's fine, we clearly have the money, but keep in mind, the 4.67 ERA last year. He's a much better pitcher than that still. I'm just not excited about Jaime Garcia at all. You can't ignore the injury history with Jaime Garcia as well and act like that can't happen to us. He's battled injuries throughout his career, and we have 1 year of him for $12 million. That's pretty risky, especially considering you gave up some good pitchers. And second, it feels like the Braves are hoarding at this point, hoarding starting pitchers. And look, the Braves are hoarding specialists. That's what Coppollella does. We prove that every year when we go out and we draft high school pitchers just over and over and over. We're really good at it. But we have 3 pitchers inked for the starting rotation for next year alone. $32 million, mind you, going to Bartolo Colon, Jaime Garcia, and R.A. Dickey. And there's no indication that they're done. There's a little bit where they backed off in the trades during the winter meetings for aces. But, it wouldn't shock me at all if they went out and signed another starting pitcher. And it gives you the impression that the Braves are just replacing their starting pitching for next year. Here's what I'm fairly certain of John Hart, John Coppollella, and the Braves front office, is that they were not in love with Jaime Garcia. The Braves don't operate like that. They don't see a player anywhere and say, we need him, he's going to change things. The Braves do it with massive amounts of players. They take away the risk by hoarding. And Jaime Garcia was a guy that was on a list of guys that they believed that they could get for 1-year contracts. Bartolo Colon was on that list, R.A. Dickey was on that list, Edinson Volquez was on that list, and I think that's why they didn't sign him, is because of the second year he got in Miami. There's a lot of other guys on that list. I made a video of lists of starting pitchers to get. And it will improve your team for 2017, but think about how much you're hoarding right now in 1-year starting pitchers. If you add one more pitcher, Mike Foltynewicz is out of your rotation right now. Now you can tell me that these veteran starting pitchers are here to mentor the younger guys. I think the comments from Coppollella indicate that that's not what he's interested in. And they're probably not going to, because all of the young pitchers are going to be in AAA. It's not as though they're valueless being on 1-year contracts. If we fall flat, well, then we can trade them. Or even if they pitch well, we can still trade them. But let's say that we keep them, they pitch to their full potential, and we miraculously win the pennant. Then they all leave. And I also know that Hart and Coppollella try to predict the market and get out in front of it. And perhaps they see a higher value in starting pitchers under 1-year contracts. And perhaps it is a great time to buy low on starting pitchers. I think they have done that thus far. And it seems that I was wrong by saying that it's a buyer's market on relief pitching, judging on what Brett Cecil just got. Coppollella and Hart are a lot smarter, a lot more experienced than me, and they have access to a lot more information than I do, so I'm not going to say that they're wrong. What is entirely possible, and what's seeming more and more likely based on what Coppollella is saying, is that they have no hope in their near Major League ready starters, Aaron Blair, Matt Whistler, Tyrell Jenkins, those guys. And you know what? That's entirely fair, because they haven't given you much to have hope in, and you don't need to be going out there hoping that they get better to be good. You don't need to rely on those guys, especially when you have the budget that you have. And it's possible that the reason that they're getting these short-term pitchers is because they need to bridge the gap to the next generation of pitchers that they have in the farm system. It's going to take a little bit more than 1 year, though. The spot that we're in is that the Braves look ready to compete and be a solid team. The pitching did not at the beginning of the offseason, and right now it looks pretty good. And we have great pitching in our farm system. That's what we're known for around the league. Fried, Tukey, Wentz, Allard, Soroka, Muller, Anderson, those guys are all great pitching prospects. They need a lot more time. We have to buy it for them. Now, they're not all going to be great. Maybe 2 of them. But you know what? They'll be worth it. There is one near Major League starter that I hope doesn't get lost in this mix. that's Sean Newcomb. Sean Newcomb's upside is far too high, and he showed too much promise at the end of the year for us to be neglecting him. I hope that he stays in the back of our minds. He's the highest upside pitcher, and he's getting to that point where he needs to sink or swim in the major leagues. So I'm going to ask you guys one more time what you're thinking of the addition of Jaime Garcia, you know, as far as the value that we exchange, whether you like it, what you think the thinking behind it could be, whether that's advised or not. I'm really sorry I wasn't able to get to any questions this week. They were really great questions that I really wanted to have on this episode. It's my fault because I missed a week, and as you know, the Braves just kept spinning the wheels on the offseason. The video just got too long. I'm really sorry about it. I'll respond to everything in the comment section. So I'm Chet Popelka. This is the Braves TomaBlog. It's a YouTube channel dedicated to talking about the Braves and baseball in general. If that sounds interesting to you, check out the channel, see if it's for you. I hope you enjoyed, and go Braves.